Hello everyone and welcome to my escape. It is Sunday. I don't tend to post on Sundays. It was not in the plan to post on Sundays. I post every Tuesday and Friday, and you'll still be getting those posts this week. But I woke up today and I was like, you know what? It is the start of Valentine's week. And I read so many romances last year. I'm gonna hop on and do an extra video this week. So I hope you enjoyed because I'm pretty excited to film this. And let's get going. So this video is going to be about romance, obviously, but it's going to be one recommendation from the different romance categories that I've read and what I hold as the highest or the most enjoyable read of that kind of like subgenre into romance. I will put the tags down below. Okay, so we're going to start with just contemporary romance. I don't read a ton of these. I'm sure there's more subgenres in contemporary, but to me, it's just contemporary. So my recommendation for this one is The Spanish Love Deception. Yes, it's all over Bookstagram. Yes, it's all over BookTube, and there is a reason for that. I loved it, and I'm not a big contemporary romance fan, but I absolutely love this book. I think I gave it 4 stars. This follows Catalina. She's from Spain, and her family's in Spain, and her sister's getting married, and she has to go back for the wedding. And she doesn't want to go back alone for like various reasons that you'll get into. So she has to create like a fake boyfriend and bring him home to Spain. So you have like that whole fake dating thing in here. So it's actually a coworker that she has some tensions and animosity with that jumps in and offers to go with her, and then she's like, why are you suspicious? They have like a deal going on, so she does some stuff for him, and then the book goes to Spain. So you have fake dating, workplace romance. Some people call it enemies to lovers, but to me it's more like animosity. They're not really enemies. And then it goes abroad, so then you have like international travel in there, and I love a book that changes locations. So it was really fun. It was really super cute. It's on the longer side of a romance, but I would highly recommend. So the next one is disability representation, and I chose Hush Darling for this. Now this could be considered like darker, or it has some darker elements to it, so definitely go check triggers. It's not really anything too deep, and it's more in her past than the actual story itself, but definitely check triggers on everything I recommend. So this one follows Gia and Tanner, and Gia is running away from an abusive husband, and she stumbles across Tanner, who lives like out in the woods all alone. He owns a bunch of cabins up there that he rents for the season, but it's the off season now. So she stumbles upon those, and they have a kind of intense, kind of scary meet cute, because she breaks into one of his cabins thinking it's vacated, and he is deaf. So he scared her initially. It just goes from there. So I do love the representation in this. It's not Tanner's whole personality, but it is definitely like integral to his life and changes a lot about how he goes about things. It does get into like how he can feel safe out in the woods out alone. He's fully self-sufficient, so it gets into the mechanisms he uses to create that life for himself. And then you see interactions with people positively, like his family and Gia, obviously. And then also negatively, there are some antagonists in the town. And I thought it was so cute. I loved Tanner. I was like, yes. The romance was really, really cute, and it does pay off in the end. Plus, there's a dog. Okay, Tanner has a dog, and I love a romance with a dog that's actually in it quite a bit, so you should pick that one up. So following the theme of representation in romance, I wanted to throw one on the list that had LGBTQ plus representation, and my favorite is a polyamorous throuple, and it is called Give Me More by Sarah Kate. It is the 3rd in a series, but they are all standalone, so if you wanted to read the whole series, I like the 1st and the 3rd, but people love the whole thing. You can, or if you just wanted to jump straight into this one, you can too. This follows Hunter, Drake, and Isabel, and Hunter and Isabel are married. Drake's their best friend, and then they kind of go about like, is he really our best friend, or is he the 3rd in the relationship that we're not acknowledging? So it does get into that. It does have themes in it of homophobia, not from the other characters, but internalized homophobia from one of the men, and him just coming to terms with his identity there, and then the 3 of them trying to work things out, see if they can make it work, see if that's what they want, kind of explore that side of themselves. And to me, it was just amazing because like I loved the connection between all three, and I thought this book did a really good job establishing connections between each like set of people and then them as a group as well. So I gave this one 4 stars, and it warmed my heart. It's also spicy, so it's like a good time. You know, it takes place at a kink club, kind of. They are like part owners of a kink club, so that's in there. But it was a fun time, and it was so cute, and I absolutely adore all 3 of them together, and I just need them to be happy. So pick that one up if you're looking for more non-heterosexual representation, I guess. If you're going for the spice, this book has it, but if you honestly just also want to love the relationship, so cute. It's so cute. Highly recommend. So my next recommendation actually also follows a gay couple. It's 2 men, but I put this in under my favorite sports romance, okay, because I didn't read that many, but this one I gave 5 stars to, and I adore, and I don't like sports romance. So the fact that I adore this should really tell you that if you're a sports romance person, read this. Or if you're trying to be a sports romance person, read this one, because I've read some bad ones. I really have. But this one is Heated Rivalry, and it follows 2 men who play professional hockey, and there's true like stakes to the relationship, and it does get into like the dynamics of their career and how being like open with their sexuality would potentially affect their career. And it follows these 2 guys over like 7 or 8 years or something like that. So there is a time span, and I personally love a time span because I want to see the relationship develop, and I'm not big on the insta love. So there's insta lust in here. It is spicy, but that actual feelings and the relationship does develop over a span of time, which I adore. There was also, like I said, there were stakes in the relationship because it is like their careers and everything that is being affected. It was just so cute. And then like towards the end, I had so many moments where I was just like, Dick, you're so cute, I don't know what to do. So I don't get that feeling a lot of romance books, and this one gave it to me, so I highly would recommend. Again, gave this one 5 stars. And yes, you want a sports romance, or you want a gay romance, or you want both, this is the one. This is the one for you. So the next one is my kind of dark romance, but I'm going to call it a mafia romance. Because I really do think there is a difference between mafia romance and dark romance, and also I couldn't pick a favorite dark romance. So you're getting my favorite mafia. Sorry. That would be Sinners Condemned. So Sinners Condemned and Sinners Consumed are 2 and 3 of the Sinners Anonymous series. I haven't actually read Sinners Anonymous. So that one follows one couple, and then the next 2 books, starting with this one, Sinners Condemned, is a duet. So it follows the same couple for those 2. But I absolutely love, and I will be going back and reading Sinners Anonymous eventually. I'll get to it. I just haven't been in the mood for like mafia romance lately because I read quite a bit of it last year. But I loved this one. I loved this one. By the second book, I think I gave the second book a 5-star rating because that was really when you saw like the couple come together. So this definitely is like a slow burn. Like the first part of this duet, the first book in this duet, is entirely a slow burn. So if you're looking for something a little more dragged out, this is it. If you're looking for instant anything, I mean, they have instant chemistry, but if you're looking for instant anything else, try a different one in this recommendation video. So this one follows Penny and Rafe. Rafe? I don't know. I think his name's like Raphael. But it follows Penny and Rafe, and Penny was from the town, left, but then she came back under suspicious circumstances, and she kind of seems like she needs to hide out, and she's like, I'm gonna get my life straight. And then she falls in with literally like the mafia second in command of the town. So she's like, well, but Penny's really funny, and she's kind of like self-deprecating, but she's trying to do better, and the world's not really like letting her to a degree. So she just rolls with it, and she's like, you know what, I'm awesome, and I'm gonna be awesome on my own terms. Basically, he's resisting because he was told by a gypsy that a red-headed lucky woman would be like the end of him. It would be like the most unlucky thing to him, and she's a red-headed lucky woman. So when she stumbles in, he's like, no, F this, I've been warned. I have been warned. And she's just like, let me steal this guy's watch. Let me see how this goes. You know, and then they're kind of linked and they're kind of tied, and I was just obsessed. So if you're looking for like a mafia romance, this is definitely it. Again, check triggers because mafia romances are considered dark romances. But I absolutely love this duet, and I would recommend. So if dark romances aren't for you, or you read that one and now you're looking for something a little lighter, I'm gonna go with my favorite romance novella. Now this could be considered romance or it could be considered erotica. I'm not really sure where the line stands. To me, I consider this romance though because there is a connection between the characters, and that is really like developed and explored and shown, and I really appreciated it. I thought they were freaking adorable. But it is Your Dad Will Do by Katie Robert. Yes, it's very spicy, okay? It's very spicy. Okay, I would say like 80% of the book is spice, but that 20% really connects you to the characters, and you're like, I am actually rooting for you. So this follows Lily and Shane, and Lily's fiance has cheated on her, and she literally, like, the opening scene of the novella is she's like, my fiance has cheated on me, now I am in my shortest dress and nicest stockings, and I'm on his dad's doorstep, and I'm going to have revenge sex with his dad. Tell me you don't want to pick this up just from that. So there's no like sugarcoating it, there's no subtlety, there's no like what if, like, no, like she is there for a reason and she's gonna follow through on this reason, and it is amazing. I love it. Okay, it's also my favorite trope, so like that's in there too, but they honestly are like so cute, and age gaps to me, like they really have to go above and beyond, because usually I'm just like, why would this be necessary though? But for this one, I'm like, this is actually adorable, and I am rooting for you, and I need you guys to be together and happy and all that. So it is a novella, it is a pretty quick read, very spicy, but definitely go pick that up just from the initial, like the opening scene alone. I don't know what else to tell you on that one. So then if you're looking for something a little longer, but also just as spicy, I'm gonna be honest, most of these books have spice in it, but if you're looking for like an abundance, pick up Neon Gods, also by Katie Robert. Okay, she does spice like no one else, but her books are either like they absolutely slap and they're some of my favorites, or they absolutely tank and they're like 1 or 2 star reads for me. But Your Dad Will Do and Neon Gods are definitely like top tier. Neon Gods is a loose Hades and Persephone retelling, but set kind of not necessarily in our world, but outside of the world of magic. So Olympus in that is more of a political system than anything to do with true gods. And Persephone, and she has to get out of this political system because it's threatening her life and her dreams. So she like runs, and she's in pretty rough shape and runs into Hades. She's actually the one that comes up with the plan where she's like, hey, you have a goal, I have a goal. Let's use each other. Let's accomplish our goals, and let's have some sexy times while we're at it, you know? And like, what could go wrong with that? What could possibly go wrong with that? It's spicy, it's hot, it's amazing. There's a throne scene, which like, yes. Okay, yes, everyone needs a Hades. Just everyone needs a Hades. So if you're looking at this, I would put more on like the erotica side. Pick up Neon Gods. Yes, you will not regret it. So if you're looking for something a little less spicy, there's still spice in it, but less spicy, and you're looking for historical, I would pick up Intrigue Me. This is a historical fantasy. I don't actually read pure historicals, so this is historical fantasy. I kind of cheated it, but it will do. I absolutely love this book. I gave it 4.5 stars. I read it in January. It's just so cute. It's a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and instead of following like Belle and the Beast, you follow Belle's older sister and the Beast, who's like the dad. I love. So Lou is like probably considered like an older heroine because she was a widow. So she's not like a maiden or anything like that, if you know what I mean. And she knows what she wants and she knows what she likes, and she is there to have it, kind of thing. You really come to like respect and understand her, and then her and Ballard the Beast, their relationship and their relationship development and their connection just feels so like genuine and adorable. It makes your heart swell because you're like, I actually understand these two being together, and they have true obstacles to overcome, but you're hoping they find a way to work through it and overcome those obstacles and end up together because they're just perfect. They're adorable, they're funny, the dialogue's there, the understanding's there, but there's also plot and other stuff going on outside of the relationship. So it doesn't solely focus on the relationship, but that definitely is like a major theme. My last category is fantasy romance. I left this for last, frankly, because it took me so long to pick one, and I'm still not confident because I read so many that I could consider fantasy romance. But also, I feel like any fantasy with romance in it, I could put in this category. So it was very hard, very hard to narrow it down. So I went back to a staple, and that for me is From Blood and Ash. This I love. And I know some people are like, it's too slow, or it's too that. It's amazing, okay? There's world building in this, there's politics, there's character development, there's religion, there's everything, okay? There's everything. So if you want fantasy romance and you want like a true world and a plot and development, I would go with this. This follows Poppy primarily, but the romance is Poppy and Hawk, which is her guard. She is, think like, sheltered princess of this kingdom, and she gets a new guard, Hawk. And he's awesome, and he can do everything. You know how it is, like, he's the greatest fighter of all time, and he's the hottest man of all time, and like, all that, you know, all that fun stuff. So if you want the vibe, think, I am a badass. I'm a badass heroine, and I'm gonna fight the monsters by myself, and then I get a really hot bodyguard, and I'm like, what if we fought the monsters together, and also you showed me some sex things because I want to live life. That's the vibe of this book, and it is amazing. It is amazing. Don't read the back, because the back is a little cringy, I'm not gonna lie. Just pick it up, just trust me, pick it up, immerse yourself, and have a freaking blast. And it is just so good. It is so freaking good. So that concludes today's videos. I could probably do more subcategories, but I am out of time. So these are the ones you're gonna get. Comment down below if you pick any of these up. Let me know your thoughts. Did you love it? Did you hate it? I want to know both ways, okay? I'm always here for a debate. You don't have to agree with me. I'd like you to, but you don't have to. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I post videos normally every Tuesday and Friday, so we'll be getting 2 more this week. That will be Valentine's Day romance themed. So stay tuned for that, and I'll catch you all next time. Bye!